Hello, good morning class. How are we doing today? Today we're going to learn about colors. We are going to learn about the color wheel. We are going to learn our primary colors. We are going to learn our secondary colors, and we are going to learn how to find complementary colors. Complementary means what colors look nice together and how we're going to find them using our color wheel. Okay. So, first, let's go over our primary colors. Now, our primary colors are colors that cannot be made by any other colors being mixed together. So we can't mix anything together to make blue, we can't mix anything together to make red, and we can't mix anything together to make yellow. They are just their own color. So, how do we find our secondary colors? Well, let's plug it into our color wheel. So you can already tell I put the 3 primary colors into our color wheel. Now your color wheel is already listed with the corresponding colors, the colors that go with it. So I filled in the red, I filled in the blue, and I filled in the yellow. But how are we going to find our secondary colors? Well, what we're going to do, we are going to fill in these areas in between. But we can only do that if we mix our primary colors together. Now don't be confused because you can mix your primary colors into each other. That is how we find our other tones. But these cannot be made any other way. Alright, so if we mix red and yellow, what color might we get? We will get orange. So let's find our orange, the right orange crayon. Okay, so we will get orange. So let's fill in the orange really quickly. Okay, so now we have orange. We have filled in our orange part of our color wheel. Now, what happens if we mix yellow and blue? We will get green. That is from mixing these two, so we'll get the middle color. So, let's fill in our green spot. And so we can get an idea of our color wheel. All right. So does anyone have any guesses how we will find the color in between red and blue? We'll mix these two colors together. And what will we get? We will get purple or violet. So let's fill in our violet. All right, so now we have our violet box filled. But look at that. We still have places missing. Now how do we find those places? We're going to mix our primary and our secondary colors to find what is in between those two tones on the color wheel. So if we mix red and orange, we will get red-orange. Let me make sure I'm getting the right colors. Okay, red-orange. Right? Because those two are a mixture of the primary and secondary colors. Okay, so who can tell me if we mix orange and yellow, what may we get? That's right, we will get orange-yellow. So now let's fill in our orange-yellow area. It's looking good. Starting to get more of a color wheel. All right. So now, if we mix yellow and green, we will get yellow-green. Very good. We'll get yellow-green. So let's fill in our yellow-green. Okay. Now, if we mix blue and green, we'll obviously get blue-green. Pretty easy, right? Let's make sure I'm getting the right colors, though. Excuse me. Gotta find the right colors. Sometimes you have to mix colors together too, so we'll get our color and mix the blue and the green, and that'll create somewhat of an aqua shade. Okay, so now we have two left. What will we get if we mix violet and blue? Blue-violet, very good. Pretty simple. So I don't seem to have the crayons, so we'll just mix the two together. Okay, and our last but not least, if we mix violet and red, we will get red-violet. So, it's my red-violet. All right, and that completes our color wheel. Pretty easy, right? So, now we're going to figure out how to find a complementary color. We can do this in a couple ways. We can look at our color wheel. Let's think of Christmas, for example. What colors come up when you think of Christmas? Green and red, right? So, if we look at our color wheel, there's a reason they pick green and red. Green is across from red, straight across. So if we take a ruler and we go boop, 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 it goes right to red, from green to red. Those are complementary colors. So when we're thinking about picking our colors, we can think, let's look at our color wheel and grab our handy dandy ruler. Let's pick a color. Let's pick yellow. That goes down beep, 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 to purple. Purple is the complementary tone to yellow. Now, there's another way to figure out how to find a complementary color. But what if you want more than two colors? Well, let's look at our color wheel again. Let's look at our primary colors. Who can tell me what the primary colors are again? Blue, red, and yellow. Okay, so I'm gonna find that on my color wheel. So I have red, blue, and yellow. Does anyone notice anything about these three primary colors? They're in a triangle shape, right? Do you see the triangle? You see a triangle? So, those are complementary colors to each other. Now, let's take this picture, for example. We want to find the complementary colors to green and yellow. So, let's find a place on our color wheel. Let's start off with orange, shall we? Okay, so let's make our triangle. We have orange, and that goes to violet. And then we have orange, and that goes down to green. That makes a triangle. Do you see that? A triangle in between these three colors. That is how we can pick out some of our complementary colors. Complementary that look good to each other. So, who can tell me what color this picture is missing? Violet, yes, violet. So, we can fill in the violet. And this will help us figure out what colors look the best together. As you can see, this is a complementary tone. So if we want to figure out what colors look the nicest together, we can just use the triangle method, or we can go straight across. So let's try it for ourselves, shall we? Let's start on our projects.